Podcast.
Yeah, twin. Like I was saying, I refuse to believe that fucking like El Waymo hasn't like smacked somebody. Like I got the captain right, but like we were saying, the homeless people, like there has to be 4K because you know they got that fat ass camera on the top.
Yeah.
There's got to be like radar capture of a crackhead just even like because you know how it has like an environment, like it captures the environment.
Yeah.
They basically have like a 3D photo of this crackhead tossing himself at this wind. Like I refuse to believe it. They tested him out in like San Francisco, twin. Like you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
There's no one someone who's like.
Oh, do you think that's why they did it so they can really test out the Waymo skills? Welcome back to episode 24.
This is like testing like a robot in like a war environment, and then it's like twin. If it didn't tweak out in war, it's definitely not gonna tweak out in the civilian sector. Yeah, you're right. If it survived the streets of San Francisco, it can survive just about any fucking city.
I guess.
Yeah. Fuck.
Welcome back.
Speaking of people smoking crack and jumping in front of cars,
Well,
when I went to California and I got my tattoo, as I was coming back post tattoo, I saw a guy, right? He was on a skateboard. And he was cruising. I was like, oh damn! You know how like when you see somebody like really put power behind like a push on a skateboard, like, oh that guy knows what he's doing, right? Like they get a little too comfortable on that motherfucker, right? Just like they're steering with one foot.
Casual,
they're steering with one foot and shit. Like I saw that guy just tearing the street, right? Just stopped at like a perfect little crook in an alley.
Okay.
Popped the board over his lap like he was gonna roll like a blunt on his board, you know, like some classic shit.
Yeah.
But instead of leaving it flat, he popped it up to create a little barrier on him. You feel me? And I saw him reach out and pull out the pipe, right? And like from 15 feet away, a pipe is pretty ambiguous. You know, you light it from the top, light it from the bottom. You don't know yet, right? He hit that motherfucker. I saw him instead of hitting the up, he went under, and I was like, no. And I think it was like seeing like those Renaissance paintings of like a beautiful woman in like the back of a war scene. I was like, I saw this man's true spirit.
Yeah.
And then I saw the crack take over. He passed it and went, he's like, that's a perfect crack smoking spot. And just hit full break, twin. Just straight foot on floor. I was like, oh my god. And I was just caught in traffic. It was like I got out of the tattoo appointment maybe like at 5, so it's like dead traffic. So I'm just stuck there, just
kind of looking at him.
Like I don't want to look at him too hard because I'm 15 feet away from him.
Yeah.
He went under the pole.
Maybe he's just like, oh shit, a nice alley. There's some traffic. I'm gonna sit down.
There was like a little tree over. He was like, this is beautiful. I can smoke crack here all day. Like it was crazy, twin. And,
I know a spot.
And you know what the craziest thing I peeped about it, right? Because like, how do I say this? I've been around a lot of crackheads, but I haven't been around a lot of crackheads in their environment. You know what I mean? Like in their.
You were in the crack den?
Yeah, like
you mean
I've been around crackheads,
downtown?
but not smoking crack. You feel me? Like I'm with crackheads post crack. You feel me? Like that's when I'm interacting with crackheads.
Yeah, post pre crack.
Yeah, pre when they're real grumpy, post when they're real happy. You feel me? But like, one thing that I noticed, the crack smoke, like, I guess it just don't got the same effect as like other smoke. Cause this man took the biggest hit I've ever seen, right? And like, regardless of it being like crack or whatever, it was big to the point where like, if it was like a fucking no nicotine vape, you would still like his entire lung, like
just absorbed.
He blew it out, and the cloud was enormous in broad daylight outside. You get what I'm saying? Like the cloud, like it was big enough to me be like, what the fuck? Like, it looked like he was trying to do a vape trick. You know when you like.
I was about to say that.
You know those vape conventions?
When you make a cloud to do a trick.
It was a vape convention where there's no airflow, where the smoke apparently crack smoke is sticky because it just globbed up in there and just floated this bit.
It made a thought bubble.
And you know what else it made me think of? All those times I've heard people be like, I got hit in the face with crack smoke. They got hit in the face with crack. Like, that shit is a glob that, like, fucking... I was like, oh my god. And in that single moment, it clicked like 3 things in my brain. I was like, crack smoke apparently doesn't hurt. It's sticky. Because he didn't cough afterwards.
I mean, he's a crackhead, so I don't know. The smoker's not going to cough. Sometimes. Most of the time.
But like, think about it like this, right? When you take a fat ass bong rip, right? Like a humongous bong rip, right? It don't matter if it's your billionth bong rip. I've taken bong rips to right now, right? Like I have a bong rip on date 2-3 weeks ago that took my soul. You feel me? So like the amount of smoke in this man, it was impressive. I was like, I've never been impressed by someone smoking crack, but yeah.
He was skating. He took a fat hit. He was chilling.
Yeah, bro, that day was crazy. Just because like I saw like, you know, all the bad things that people talk about California. Like, dude, the people there.
Gays.
There's gays. There's
Browns.
sex workers. There's people smoking crack in the street. Dude, it was everything that they said it was, and I was like,
for Asians.
twin, the park, when I pulled up to the parking, right, like, preserved or like protected parking in California, right?
Yeah.
It genuinely feels like you pull up into like the gates of like into like a British castle, and then the gates close behind you, and there's just anarchy behind you, twin. Because I was driving through.
Oh yeah, you told me when you went to your appointment, it was just very different from where the area was.
Bro, it's crazy. Like the only way I can comprehend, the only way I can explain it is like you know the saying from that French aristocrat that got decapitated right before she got decapitated. She's like, "Let them eat cake," right? Where she just did not register the insanity that was going. Bro, like. I literally drove through Skid Row to start off with, right? Like that is the like. I was right next to that Los Angeles jail, you know, that giant jail. I God knows I will never remember the name, but it's like a fucking skyscraper jail, right? It's like that famous jail, right? I drive past it. I go into the middle. Like I am in the middle of the city, twin, and like it'll be like the most beautiful bodega you've ever seen, right? Mm-hmm. Some guy who clearly is ready to murder a crackhead, just outside, like I'm like, twin.
Yeah, like secret.
Yeah, like he just got an intensity in his eyes. Like he has seen crackhead brains on pavement before, right? And then it'll just be crackheads all around, and it'll just be like inside this little bodega, and it's just people who clearly have more money than you know what to do with, right? Mm-hmm. And if everywhere was like that, like I pulled into my drive spot. The gates, like, there's a guy who waits for a car to pull into where he wants. He opened the gate, like he was like. Hella aggressive, and then slam the gate behind me.
Greg Lee.
Bro, it was fucking insane. And then when I go into the thing, it's the outside. So it's like I probably already said this, but it's like, you know those Mexican buildings where it'll be beautiful inside. It'll be like a Mexican courtyard style building where it's like
fountain.
Beautiful inside. Everything is like, it's like a 2-story thing, but the outside wall is just straight up wall. Like there's nothing to let you see into it, right? And inside of it is just like a beautiful like Japanese style like garden bed and shit. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what, and then just chaos and anarchy outside. So I was like, damn.
Don't let them in.
That is literally the only. I was like, oh my god, Tony, you can't let them in. I was outside like, you sure the gates are thick enough, twin? So I was like,
no, I just want to sit down and smoke crack.
I was like, I was looking at the I was like, how trustworthy are the valet guys?
Hey, you know the valet guy who keeps like scratching at his face and like
I was like,
a little antsy.
He saw that I was brown. He got real happy, bro. I don't like that. he got genuine joy in seeing another colored person in this place. I don't like that, twin. Fuck. Yeah, but literally, just it was everything that people talk about it being, and I didn't like the fact that other people were right about a city. Like that city's a shit. Oh, and it's like,
only some of it. Only downtown.
Only the parts that are completely engrossed by a fucking unruly fucking dude. It's crazy.
We should go there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back.
No, we'll go live there.
At least, fuck no, twin. You know what the craziest part about it is? If you drive like 30 minutes away, it's the most beautiful. Like I was telling you about this. I drove through like. In your head, when you like think of like a CEO, like the home that they go back to, like after, I drove through 45 minutes of that. Dude, I was looking at it and I was like, I was getting anxiety for the rest of my life. I was like, I don't think I'll ever see the inside of one of these homes. Like it was, it was fucking crazy, bro. Just like driving by a house where like you can like. You know how, like, all the houses have, like, a left entrance and, like, a side and, like, a right entrance to their backyard? Right? Just drive by a house and you turn the left, and you just see the most incredible view you've ever seen, like of the entire fucking California Valley. You just drive by it and you're like, that guy has that view every morning of his life, twin. What the fuck?
And he doesn't care.
Yeah, that's the craziest one.
She hates waking up and
I fucking hate this city!
Yeah.
That shit's the craziest thing ever, bro. Wow.
Man, he has someone driving him and he's still like, man, fuck!
Nah, and that's the crazy thing that I've been like realizing. It's just like when people are like, "Oh yeah, once one problem is eliminated, then your time is just taken up by a different problem." Like, once you have money, you don't have to worry about the constraints of money, right? But then you have to worry about like the things that have led you to get that money and losing that money. You know what I mean? Like, once one angle of a struggle, and even if it's not like a sustaining thing, then you just have a bunch of other stuff in your life that is so comprehensive or so all encompassing that like you don't even think about the money problem, but you got a billion other problems, so your life is equally as sucky as somebody else's.
Yeah, it's like now that you have a nice house, the nice house has a pool,
a
garden.
And you just fucking hate that pool for some reason.
Yeah, it's like damn, I need to change the filters on the pool. I need to get a heater for it because my wife says it's too cold during the winter because it's winter. Of course it's gonna be cold.
Yeah.
And then you need a gardener, but the gardener steals from you, so now you're gonna get a new gardener.
You took my fucking lemons and I can't have them. It's about the principle, honey.
You gotta get a maid because the house is too big.
And she's kind of untrustworthy, so you don't really want her in your house by herself.
Exactly. So then you get a security guard to watch the maid.
And the security guard's a little cracked out, but he's a cool dude.
Yeah.
But that shit's crazy. And that just goes back to like the worst thing that's ever happened to you is the worst thing that's ever happened to you. Like,
yeah.
That's fucking insane. Bro, I have
sorry, I just wonder if it's gonna pick up all the talking.
I mean, if it does, I don't think it'll be like not registered. Like I don't think it'll be sufficient enough for it to be like interfering with our conversation.
Nah, I don't think so. But now it's like a double podcast because then they get it. Nah, they'll be able to hear it. They can make out what they're talking about. A little bit of Spanish, a little bit of English.
Son of a bitch, they're making food in the background. Cancel them. Nah, but what was I gonna say? I have a fucking I gotta go to court. Not for me, right? But like I gotta go to immigration court, twin. That shit is fucking gross. Just because of like
the brown people.
No, not even the brown people. Just because it's super sketchy at fucking immigration court right now, twin. Like,
there's like not safe.
Yeah, it's like they're straight up reports being like, "Hey, twin, let me speak to you back here."
Mm-hmm.
And then they just don't all lock the door.
Yeah.
That shit is fucking insane, bro. So now it's on the 3rd, bro. I'm like, please don't ruin Christmas, twin. Please don't ruin Christmas, twin.
You're gonna have to cancel that.
I was like, I don't want to be FaceTiming for Christmas, twin. Twin, yeah, FaceTiming for Christmas sounds gay as fuck, bro. At least I'll get Thanksgiving, but fuck.
That's enough.
That's
just make sure.
You better be real thankful, motherfucker.
Just make sure there's all food left over.
Shit, maybe, twin. Nah, but what was I gonna say? It's like one of those things where it's like, in theory, on paper, this court date should literally just be like, hey, twin, you still working? Where you live at? What you be up to?
Oh yeah,
right, like a checkup thing, right? But apparently, I was doing a little research. Them bitches are the sketchies because they're scheduled out. You feel me? They're not like how do I say this? They don't have a set reason. They're just like a check-in.
Yeah.
So like at least when you have like
a hearing or something.
Yeah, when you have like a full-on hearing or you have something that like is indicative of like further steps, you kind of have that guarantee of like I am in this process. Mm-hmm. But this is surely just like, hey, twin, pull up. Mm-hmm. Which is like, whoa, hold up. So that's kind of gay, but.
Has it been happening a lot here? I know in some states, but like.
No, this state is actually pretty good about it thus far. But.
Yeah, because we should be a sanctuary city, so that, like.
Yeah, it helps, but again.
Yeah, that's no guarantee.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like. It was like California when weed first became legal. Like when
you're probably fine.
Yeah, it was like when it first became legal. It was like, yeah, twin, you can have it and you can obtain it, but once you got it,
yeah,
we might change our minds halfway, twin.
Yeah,
so
don't
that's
carry
why
too much of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like, how long you been here for? It's like, whoa. So it's so it gets a little dicey, and that's just what I'm worried about, twin. I really don't want a fucking random Tuesday to be gay as fuck.
Yeah. They're gonna go.
Fucking random Tuesday in December mark the rest of my goddamn life.
They're gonna take just you away for some reason.
Nah, twin. I don't buy that English, twin.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your accent? Ah!
You have to shave, bro. You have to shave.
Bro, no bullshit. I'm gonna be like
clean cut.
Yeah, when I'm shaving, I'm
Do
getting a
your
haircut. Like it's bad, twin. I gotta be real professional in that motherfucker. Talking about what you do. I am studying for businessmen. Like I want to be going up there bullshitting, twin. But yeah,
show up in a full suit and tie.
Twin be like, so why are we here?
Mm-hmm. What do you have to say?
You got to like, yo ass getting deported with her. Ah!
Oh man, then be holding
Shocks. Nah, dude. Remember when he first got into office and they were like, twin, you was born of immigrants? Nah, twin. They were thinking about like rescinding the birthright thing, and then they were like, at first they were talking about it when they were first talking about it. They were like, how far back we pushing it? We cutting it now, or we pushing it back?
Yeah.
Yeah. That shit crazy.
Yeah, it's such a.
That's having me sweating for a second, twin.
I mean, I know it can be. Nah, I feel like a lot of places. Like it just doesn't make sense to do that.
It doesn't.
Like,
on so many levels, it just doesn't make. It's like, hey, twin, I know we want to fix the economy, but let's fuck it up for the next 10 years. Like, but I don't know.
You know what? They should. For every year they take it, or for every generation. Wait, what were we talking about? Like every year, or like certain generation, or what?
So it wasn't a very talked about thing. It was
it was very light.
It was in the ice. It was like when they first like got everything set up together, and they were like, we getting this shit cracking to it. It was when they were talking. It was when they were calling it the Department of War.
Yeah, they started really ramping.
When they ramped it up at the beginning, they were just talking about shit, and they were like, birthright citizenship, and they were like, we ideally, God damn it, I don't know the exact phrasing that they used behind it, but they were insinuating the fact that they wanted to cut birthright citizenship, right? Or that they felt like birthright citizenship should be a debatable thing because other places in the world don't necessarily have birthright citizenship. Like we're one of the last countries that has birthright citizenship. And then extremists within that same ideology were like, nah, we gonna push that shit back, twin. So it wasn't necessarily like a thing that was talked about in a larger sense where they actually wanted to apply it. But a lot of the kind of, I guess extremist is the right word. The extremists of that set of ideologies were like, twin, we could set this shit back. Like, we get the fuck out of here. And, like, I think the sheer idea of people being like, nah, twin, you was born here, you got your paperwork. Nah, fuck that paperwork. It's scary because that's how, like, every bad thing starts and every... Like, that paperwork, we ain't fucking with it.
Yeah.
Huh? What you mean you're not fucking with the paperwork? It's like, bro...
Yeah, it's like giving... like you said, that's how every bad thing starts. We're just like, that's wrong. It's like,
right.
What do you mean?
Where everything goes bad is when you're in the street and they start asking you for papers, and then additionally when they stop caring about the papers you present. Yeah. When they stop caring about the papers you present, that's when it starts getting a little dicey, twin.
Yeah.
When you don't got the answer to the question, that's a little fucked on. Nah, twin. 2004, nah, twin. The cutoff was 2005. Like, bro. Yeah. That's crazy.
20 years. You had 20 years to fix it.
Son of a bitch. Oh, you might have been good for the first 20, but guess what? This is the new one. So it was a scary time, twin. Nah, but no. It's a scary time because my mom, remember when that shit first started popping up? I remember they'd be like, yo, twin, it's pretty chill here, it's pretty chill here. And the next day you'd be like, they're down the fucking street.
Yeah.
Like they got the corn lady that was over there, bro. Once they got the corn lady that was over there on, God, it's like Lake Mead and. Like going up, like going towards Hollywood. There's like that lady that's like the fruit stand.
Yeah.
They pulled up on that fruit stand. There's like video evidence of them like mobbing that fruit stand, and I was like, once they started mobbing fruit stands, they're like fruit stands. I was like, oh, she's gonna get treacherous out here, and they just kind of stopped, so that was good.
Yeah, I'm glad. Maybe. I don't know why, but it's good that they did. It was kind of weird. I know my boss's mom was like, all right, I'm gonna go back to Mexico if this doesn't calm down.
Yeah, it was one of those things where for a second it looked like it could have been something very bad, and I think we're starting to see the last kind of kicks of it, if that makes sense. Like, I think when anything kind of goes downhill and stuff starts to break apart, like the power structure that B kind of does its last little death throes.
Yeah.
Right, and apparently they're like in South Carolina, like a lot of the presidents in South Carolina, they're having a lot of difficulty because of the stand your ground laws. Because it's not even necessarily that they're getting into like gunfights, but it'll be like they're trying to arrest somebody or trying to detain somebody because they can't arrest anybody. Trying to detain somebody, and it'll just be like 4 people recording, but they also got guns on their hips. They're like, back up! Yeah. But they're just, I'm recording. This is my amendment. So it's like, it's a little sketchy. But yeah.
What do we have relating to guns? Because we're not like.
No, we have open carry. You can open carry.
Yeah, we have that.
I always forget you can open carry till you just see some asshole in like a fucking McDonald's with a Glock on his hip. Like over shorts. You're like, you're fucking asshole, bro.
No, they give me like a visceral memory of being like 10, and then for our lunch break with my dad, sometimes we'd go get Burger King, and we're sitting there eating, and I just see a guy in line behind us with like a cowboy hat, the glasses. He's like an older white guy with shorts and like just a full Glock on his hip. I can't remember what they had back then, but like a full handgun just on his hip. I was like, oh.
I have.
He's not police.
My mom used to have a friend whose husband used to carry a revolver, but he'd carry it without a holster. Like, he would carry that shit like a dick, and he'd just have that shit in his waistband. But it would just be a full revolver, and I'd be like, twin, I know that barrel's gone in your ass crack before, because it's just a revolver.
It's just there.
I know you've been hitting like a little fast movement. It's just straight in your ass crack. There's no way. Even if it's over the draws, that's still visceral as hell. A gun barrel in your ass crack, I'd cry. I was intense, like, bro.
That's why he does it.
Twin, maybe.
Every now and then he gets to.
every now and then the barrel's in his ass crack, and he feels the chamber of
I get my gun ready, no hands.
Fuck, bro. No, yeah.
Revolvers.
Yeah, revolver was crazy, bro. I was like, dude, who are you gunning down where you don't want to leave evidence?
Well,
and it was like a big motherfucker. It was like a boom. It wasn't a small gun.
That's why, it just makes it worse being in the back.
It was like a full-size revolver. Like, it wasn't a snub nose. Like, if it was a snub nose, it'd still be crazy to fucking carry it in a waistband. But, like, full barrel revolver, like, bro, that's just touching your butthole, bro. Like, what are you doing?
You know what? Maybe that's why you're back there, so it didn't move around too much. Yeah, he held tight.
Someone tries to rob him, he just holds it with his ass. Fuck, man. Yeah, dude, I think the older I get, right, the more I want a gun, and now I have the ability to get one. But as I get older, I'm just like,
it's too much work.
Yeah, it's not even too much work.
It's like having. I
don't want to have the thought of a gun at my house in the back of my head, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I don't even got children at my house like that. It's just like...
It's just a lot.
What if I come back and the gun ain't there?
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely been moments where, I've gone for trips, I'm like, what if my gun's not there when I come back?
I come back, I'm just like, my God.
And for a long time, well, I mean, the main reason, I just don't have ammo here. I never have ammo. But then... once we started shooting more, I was like,
I should surplus and shit.
Yeah, so I bought the case and I have 2 locks on it. Yeah. And I made sure not to choose something like my birthday or something. So it's definitely something only I know. Yeah. And
I was thinking if I get a gun, I'm gonna keep it in my sneak tank. Just because who the fuck's gonna stick their hand in the sneak tank?
Put it with the tarantula.
I'm gonna put it on the roof of the sneak tank where you can't see it.
Yeah.
And just Some poor bastards.
He's gonna stand there looking at you, being like, he's reaching for the snake.
The craziest part about it is I'm gonna shove my hand in a moment of adrenaline, and a snake is gonna ratch onto my arm, and I'm gonna still have to shoot his ass.
Yeah.
And he's gonna look, and he's gonna, and before the man dies, he's gonna see the most beautiful thing. It's gonna be a snake over a gun. Boom. He's gonna go into the afterlife, and instead of going into like a regular afterlife, because there was a snake involved in his death, he's gonna go like the Egyptian afterlife or some shit.
It aligned perfectly.
Yeah.
There's a tarantula nearby, so
There's like a tarantula in the corner. There's like the hair of a centipede in the corner.
a cat
Yeah,
looking
but
at him.
literally, it's just everything's gonna align, and it's just like, where the fuck am I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just be around people like who died in the
He
like.
died in a violent circumstance, so he goes into like a Warrior 7. Oh fuck, man.
Yeah, I never thought about that. What if it's just like, it's all real? So then like everyone's just going to random places.
If it's all real, all I can think about is all like the like if it's all real, then that means all of its kind of lore is real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that means that I'm definitely committing like some weird type of atrocity against like 4 different gods by just having a room full of like soulless animals.
Yeah.
Just everything I have in my room just doesn't love me, and now I got a cat too.
Enslaving a god.
Dude, literally, there's just some god somewhere that's like, dude, that house, nah, twin. Everything a god's scared of in there.
God.
My favorite thing is like, there's always some weird fucking lore that's like, nah, twin, the blood of a snake will send you to hell instantly.
Don't even look at it. Don't.
If you make eye contact with a snake for too long, instant hell.
Mhm.
Fuck.
I mean, that's how like native stuff was, you know. Where
And
it's
that's
just,
all I can think about.
Yeah, where it's just like, do not touch deer antler.
Related. Every time I have this.
No live deer antler.
If the antler still has blood in it, you will die.
Mhm.
Yeah, shit. But I got this weird. I've started noticing that I have like OCD tendencies where like, for example, one of the things that like is most prevalent is like locking doors. If I lock a door, I'm spinning back on that door 4 times. Okay.
Yeah.
Like I gotta check the lock. Like there have been times at the gym where I've walked out of the gym, walked out of the locker room, walked back in, checked the lock, walked out. I'm like, oh yeah, that lock good. I've been half up the stairs. What if the lock ain't good though?
Yeah.
And I gotta sprint back. So I got shit like that. And one of the most like random ones I got, if I see a dead bird, I gotta bust up to it. I gotta hit the full if I see a dead bird.
I
No
was
matter
learned to spit if you see a dead bird.
And that's where it stems from. Because I heard someone spit on a dead bird. And
I don't spit on it.
well,
I just spit.
I heard spit on the dead bird,
Nah, I
right?
don't spit on
So I
it.
heard that, and I was like, that seems kind of messed up towards the bird.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta give him 1-ups in some way, right? And since like I was like 7, that was like,
Hit a prayer.
yeah, no matter the bird, twin, I gotta be halfway driving. I'm like, fuck, I gotta hit it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
That's very honestly. Yeah, for me, I think it's mostly like the locks. Honestly, not 3 or 4, but definitely. I don't know why I like. You just clearly see it work, and then immediately my brain's like, do it again.
Alarms, locks, fucking. What else? What's another bad one? I guess biting the inside of my mouth is another one because that's like another OCD thing. If you're like actively like, no, I'm not gonna do that to him. Like, that's another bad one. So yeah, I got a couple of them that are pretty fucking bad. Or like stovetops, twin. The amount of times I spun back on a stovetop. Like I've done it to the point where I'm like, twin, are you retarded? Why are you spinning back on this stove?
Yeah,
I'm like,
like
stove still on. Stove still on. Shit is fucking dumb.
Yeah, then you can't leave because it's just there.
Stove on.
Yeah.
Or the amount of times I've left the house and I'm like, garage wide open. And I've clearly, like, I've taken the time to see the garage shut.
Closed.
I'm like, the second I looked away, that shit went. That shit is fucking insane, bro.
Yeah, it's not even like. What is it? Like, I did it wrong. It's more like something happened.
Yeah, it's like there was a little bit of dust in the mechanism, you see, and that shit.
Yeah.
The second I walked away, twin, that's what happened. It's like every time. And the best part about it is there's never been a single time where I've been wrong about it and my brain is like, oh yeah, that's valid, twin. Now we gotta do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every single time it's always been
Should've
locked.
been fine.
So I don't know where my brain is like, twin, what if it's not locked though, twin? Like it's always been fucking locked. But, yeah. I saw this thing that was like people who are in situations who are like or unstable situations like emotionally will stop trusting structures. So it'll be your own brain. So like, let's say you're really just trying to like ignore a problem in your life, right? That's like fundamentally destabilizing your life, right? And you just cannot find balance in your life. Sometimes if you like really try to ignore it and try to suppress it, your brain will be like, what if this ceiling fan falls on me? This structure itself isn't safe. That's why I don't feel safe.
Yeah.
I was listening to this podcast about it, and I was like, bro, that is fucking insane. Cause all I was thinking about was
my fish tank's gonna bust open.
Yeah, all I was thinking about was all the weird not triggers, but like all the weird subconscious shit that I do, and all I could think about then was there's gotta be something originally that's fucking it up, and I wonder what it is for like different things. Cause if instability makes you untrustworthy of like structures, I wonder how many of those things really exist that I'm just completely unaware about that are like fundamentally just destabilizing my shit.
Yeah.
It'll be like, what's a theoretical example? Like, what if like being emotionally unavailable is also making me unbalanced? Like, I can what I mean by that is like, if there's a random causation that leads to like another thing that you mentally like you can't see the connection, how many things in your brain that are just fundamentally wrong are just shit that you just don't see the connection for? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you never realized, but because your dad yelled at you every time you had chips, now you just can't really tie your shoes.
It's just some dumb shit. It's like fun fact. Every time that you scratched your knee, it actually made you fart. It's just some random weird trigger from your body to another thing.
The reason you break so hard is because your fucking dog died.
The reason you get road rage is actually because your auntie was talking too much shit about you to your mom. Just some shit like that. Like
but I guess that's why like I always suggest therapy and all that to everyone, just because like even if they don't like, even if it's not right, you can at least start looking. You
can start like linking shit together.
Yeah, because they might not be right about one thing, but they're gonna be right.
They're gonna hit some shit about I got you. Yeah. So yeah, it's just stuff like that where I was thinking about. It was like there's got to be some like dumb shit that happened to me as a kid, which is like some dog barked at me too loud. Yeah. And I'm just like, no, I'm not gonna be there for you. Like,
that's good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it could be. There could be something.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like, no, we don't want to play with you. And now, like 12 years later, I'm like, fuck you, bitch. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, kids are like sponges. You know.
Yeah.
Not only that, but without like guidance, things just develop wrong. That's why like some people just don't have good coping mechanisms because they never either learned it or they just got the wrong ones.
My favorite thing is when you just come across like a wild adult, just like some 45-year-old, that just hasn't developed the skill of like placing himself in other people's shoes.
Yeah.
Like that's always insane to me. I'm like, twin, did you not go to elementary like where they're not like treat others like you want to be treated? Like, twin, what was happening in that age?
They're either like severely autistic or just, I don't know, they just did something.
I have a coworker one time who got called by like, you know, like those random scam calls you call it, right? Yeah. Where you would regularly just be like, it's the first time calling, you just be like,
I don't know.
Right? Yeah. This man, like, I didn't get the full context, right? Because it was just like blabbering in the background until it got real loud.
Yeah.
He goes, man, I don't give a fuck. Get a better job, man. What the fuck you want me to tell you? And I was like, Derek, what you doing back there? And he was like, she wants to know what type of roofing shingles I got. And I was like, why are you making this lady's life hard, man? Just hang up on her. Why are you calling? Why are you telling her you get a better job? And he was like, she should have got a better job. What the fuck you want me to tell her? Why she bother me? I'm like, bro.
Hang up. It's like, yeah, it's one thing to be like fair, to be annoyed, but then to be like, I'm gonna take it out on you.
Yeah, he literally told this woman, "I don't care. Get a better job." And the worst part, he didn't hang up on her after. He was like, "What
Yeah,
do
he's talking to you.
What do you want me to tell her? Get a better fucking job." And I was like, bro.
Bro, there's some dumb bitch on the phone. What do you want me to do?
Like, it was the
Just
craziest
like on
thing.
speaker.
Yeah, I was like, bro. I was like, you could have hung up before you told me this at least.
Yeah.
And that poor lady who just can't hang up. She's just unallowed to hang
Yeah,
up.
yeah, it's her job. So he said,
If we see you hanging up on those phones, you're out of here.
he's gonna, and then he just kept going about like, honestly, sometimes women just don't make good decisions. Like, I bet she has 2 kids, can't afford to pay for someone to take care of them.
He was telling me how his daughter is like, I guess, struggling like in college or some shit, right?
And he called her and said, "Get a better job."
Essentially, he was like, sometimes life sucks and you gotta do what you don't want to do till you can do what you want to do.
And I was like, look, Derek, great advice, you feel me, to like some guy in the field, right, who's like digging holes or something,
Yeah.
right? Maybe your daughter who's in college could, get a little bit more of a nuanced answer than life's hard until, you stop sucking at it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, twin, maybe a little nuance. And yeah, he was like, nah. He doesn't give a fuck. And I was like, look, Derek, I respect it, but that's fucking insane.
Yeah. And then
He calls me twin though, so let's pick up. It's like a 40. It's like a 55-year-old man calling me twin. I fucking love it, bro.
did you teach him or?
Yeah. He picked it up for me. Yeah, he was like, good night, twin. And I was like, there we go, Derek. And the next day he was real jolly and calling me. He was like, good morning, twin. And I was like, I got his ass.
He goes up to you. He's like, man, I bet you wouldn't struggle in college.
I was like, Derek, you don't even know, twin. You don't even know, twin. I was like, I struggle the most, Derek.
I bet you can read a whole page and not have to reread it.
I was like, Derek, how many times have I fucked up on your emails, Derek? Nah, yeah, dude, that shit's crazy. My thing, I am 90% sure that like half of a job, right? No. I'm 90% sure that if you bring enough charisma into a workforce, you can genuinely rely 75% on the charisma and 25% on the workload.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that like I'm not doing my job at work, right? But like I think at this point I have like started to develop like I feel like I am the only source of joy in that motherfucker at this point. Like
Yeah, like a good relationship. Like, people will see you more than just being like, man, the motherfucker that just fucks up sometimes.
I was gonna say, I don't know how to say this, but I think that like having a good relationship with everybody around me, or just being like that dumb like young kid who makes everyone call him twin, right, has like saved me from getting fired from like 4 different jobs.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I've struggled with that mainly because my Spanish isn't too good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like most jobs I've had honestly have been with people who only or mainly speak Spanish. And then like it struck me the other day, cause not the other day, but like one time being at like my boss's like birthday dinner,
Mm-hmm.
which wasn't at the house, it was like at a restaurant, and he sat me near like his assistant, her mom, and then this like lady he's friends with who's like helps him decorate sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I think she does it for a living.
Or like interior.
Like interior design. She does it for other people.
Dude, that's such a cushy fucking gig.
Yeah, and like
If I was like 25% more gay, I could get that gig so easily, and it pisses me off every day.
Yeah, it just sounds nice, but
I just gotta wear tighter shirts, and I could be like, I can design this whole thing for you. Nah, but continue.
No. I mean that. Yeah, it sounds like a really nice job. She says she loves it. I can understand why, but I don't know. For most of my like I guess working life, I was always like, man, I just fucking don't get along with people. But then that dinner, it just went really well. Everyone there spoke English. I mean, 2 of them had like accents, but I didn't really care because it was like UK Irish accents. It's nothing too difficult sometimes. And like I remember I was like, oh, I can't be nice to talk to.
Oh yeah, you
sometimes.
can social.
You just forget, you know. I guess if you're constantly talking to people, you just can't fully communicate with. You know, a lot of the way I talk to people or humor can be kind of dry.
Oh yeah,
So,
especially when in Spanish where you don't have like the. I haven't been funny to my mom ever, and it pisses me off because I know I could make that bitch cackle.
Yeah, you
if
know
I
how to make them laugh. You just,
I just can't. I don't have the Spanish timing for it.
yeah, I work with my dad. I say something. I look at him. He's like, yeah, sometimes. I'm like, that wasn't an honest response.
I caught my mom with a good one a couple of days ago. So we ordered a mobility aid for my grandma, right? Like a very specific mobility aid, and I was putting it together. And she's like, "You sure that's stable?" And I was like, "Let the old bitch fall, bro."
And she looked at you, like, no.
No, she laughed so fucking hard,
Oh.
right? And she was like, "Nah, but for real though, you gotta make sure she's stable." I was like, "Let the old bitch fall."
Yeah.
She fucking cracked up. And that's the first time I've ever gotten with like a good cackle.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm in my zone. I was like, when I'm bullying my grandma and I genuinely reach a flow state.
That's what happened. No, but I guess it surprised me. Because, like, by the end, the interior designer, she's like, you know what? You remind me of my son. I'm like, damn. I start hanging around people who speak English.
Yeah.
Or improve my Spanish, but that ain't happening. It's mostly my grammar. I don't know. I'm like, I'm a little dyslexic already, so I think Spanish just makes it worse.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like, for me, I have a humongous vocabulary in English, right?
Yeah.
Because I have always taken pride in like English like as a subject, right? I've been or like history too, and you always pick up some dumbass words from history.
The fucking word that they use one time.
Stupendous. That is incredibly gay, sir.
No, I was doing what was it? Have you ever played Wordle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do Wordle with Chloe sometimes. Whenever I remember, or she remembers. But I remember we were going through a word, and it was opine, and at a certain point we figured out that it was PINE.
Like alpine or opine?
Opine.
What is opine? I've never heard of
Opine is to, I think it's like firmly state and stick with like an opinion. Like he opine, like if I say you're if you're a dumbass, I'm opining. I'm very strictly stating and firmly stating my opinion.
You know what? So like my brain, whenever I think of words like that, they always tie into like a similar word, right?
Yeah.
And I guess the if someone was to be like, what is opining, right? And I just didn't have the basis for it, I would go with pining, which is like a really intense for something, right? And then like, right, which a lot of the times.
It's just like your opinion.
Yeah. So yeah, opining.
It's opine. I don't know if opining is because opine is to do it. So I think that's already the active thing. So.
Yeah. So it's to be like
just
firm,
opine.
to be firm in your statement.
Yeah, but like you said, like we found pine, and then we're going through all the letters, and then once I put O down, and so I was like, it's opine. It has to be opine. and then she's like, that's not a fucking word. I'm like, it is a word.
Yeah, at some point, it almost becomes like mathematical, or like not mathematical, but like.
I mean, I heard it on
like
something.
Pattern matching, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's just like flip.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah. What was it going? Oh, but my thing in saying that is like I've always taken a lot of pride in like my vocabulary in English itself, and then in Spanish when I started working in the medical field, right, or in the veterinary field, I should say. They would, what's this organ in Spanish about?
So.
You know that thing inside you, like, bro, it'd be fucking like I just become full on retarded, and it like gave me a new angle on like real Spanish literacy. Because if you listen to like Mexican poets or like Mexican literaries or Mexican scholars, dude, like
I ain't listen to nothing Mexican.
Dude, shit, you shouldn't, man. It's a lot of. Nah, but.
You should. Yeah.
The people that come out of Mexico, like, either are the best human beings ever or genuinely, like, the worst. I think that goes for every third world country, and this is a super broad statement, right? But I think it's the statement itself is also a broad, inclusive statement, so it's not a bad statement.
It's hard to make a middle ground.
In a third world country.
Yeah.
Either you are the literal pinnacle of the human spirit, or you're straight up just a twat. In every capacity of life. Like, it's crazy. Like, and here's what I mean by this. Like, every country produces, like, different forms of people in terms of, like, I've seen Mexican goths. I've seen, like, nerdy Mexican. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Variety.
So every country produces different types of people, and it's super universal, right? Like, every country has a goth. Like, they have different, like, subsects and different, like, subcultures.
Mm-hmm.
But within those subcultures, specifically in third world countries, because a lot of first world countries,
one or the other.
Yeah, it's just one or the other. Because I think first world countries provide the opportunity for people to just be mid. It's like in a
be a dude.
Yeah, in a third world country, you either have to be like A1 or you're just a fucking dickhead.
I think because of the harsh conditions a third world or developing country can face, it either like makes that person, which means like they're introspective, they understand people, they're very empathetic, you know, the high of people, like the nicest person you ever met, or it breaks them and they hate the world, they don't like it because all they knew was bad.
And you know what the craziest part about it is? Not the craziest part about it, but I think a very cool and kind of absurd relation to that is the perspective on drugs and alcohol, because I've heard the take, right, where a lot of people don't necessarily, like for weed specifically, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the times, or a lot of the complaint against weed is it's such a middle ground drug where it never truly ruins someone's life, but it never lets their life succeed in a full capacity. So it'll be like a crackhead, right? Or someone who's smoking like straight up like meth. They'll hit rock bottom in like 3 weeks, right? Well, not actually. It'll take years, right? But they'll hit a rock bottom.
It could easily be 3 weeks.
Though. But my point is they'll hit a very sure and true rock bottom, which forces them to either fully accept it and fucking wait around in that shit, or like surpass it and grow above it. And a lot of the thing with the association that I'm trying to make with a first world country and weed is it ends up having this effect where it just lets you sit in mediocrity. And it's like it would almost be better. Actually, it wouldn't even almost be better. It would be better for a answer, for a yes or a no in terms of are you gonna wait in the shit or are you just gonna like surpass it?
Yeah.
Which I think is a very interesting take on that. Personally.
Yeah, I think.
That's a Theo Von.
I guess. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense coming from him. He's struggled with addiction for a long time. So I think maybe that's why, in a way, I guess I'm at least a little grateful that it was alcohol that like fucked me up really bad, because then it made me. I still remember that first night. At the hospital, just like looking up at a wall. There's a dude next to me that I don't know who's just moving around in his bed all night, and I just have to sit there and think, am I gonna have to be here? Am I gonna come back?
Yeah.
Am I gonna come back? Do I have to be here for more than what they told me? And what can I do right now to change? And am I willing to do it? And then by the second day, I was still like going through that idea of like, I guess the accepting part is accepting this to be a rock bottom. Because I think that second day I still had those things in my mind, but I still wasn't sure. I still wasn't fully accepting my situation, so I was still in this idea that like, I'll be fine, I won't come back, but like arrogantly telling myself like, I'll go out there.
From a place of ego.
Yeah, like I can drink and be fine. It was the meds. It wasn't just the meds.
Right.
The meds made it worse.
But it was something deeper that was being exacerbated.
Yeah, which was the fucking heavy drinking alone, like almost every day. Clearly, that was the issue.
I've had a couple of days where I've just heavily drank by myself, and those days give you the craziest fucking thoughts. Like, it'll be like 9 p.m. Like, you've been drinking the whole day, you'll be like...
Yeah, you're sitting there.
You'll be looking at, like, at least me, I'll be looking at my fucking room, like, the ceiling fan, and I'll just be hit with the most, like, profound, absurd, dickheaded thought, and I'll be like,
we're not gonna do this again.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just like, I don't know, but again, that second day, that's when it actually hit me, and then I just had to accept that, like, this is rock bottom. This is gonna be my rock bottom, and then, you know, like you said, you go through it, you get over it, or start to get over it, and then, like, make your progress
Right.
of getting better and all that. But
And
I don't know. It's just that I guess that's why, like, I get why maybe certain countries you hit that and then you either just like hate the world
Right.
because you're there,
Either
or you
food,
accept
racism,
it
or you
and then
accept
you
it.
become that really cool person or like nice good person.
Right. Yeah, I completely agree, and I think there is something to be said about trauma and that thing that I said at the beginning of the pod, where it's the worst thing that's ever happened to you is just singularly the worst thing that's ever happened to you.
Yeah.
And it's like, no matter the place, I think trauma, or no matter the form, trauma has the same effect, like regardless of the shape that it's delivered in, whether that be like drugs and alcohol, whether that be human experience, whether that be like fucking something else. I think truly like the human psyche only really reacts one way to trauma. It's either to like fully be like engulfed in it and be like transformed in a negative way, or to like incorporate it into your larger psyche and like profit from it in a larger picture.
Yeah. You know what? That reminds me of what is it? I probably said it on the podcast already, but I think about it a lot about when I was working at that one place with special needs kids. One of the managers. It wasn't even during training. It was like after, because they like to really celebrate the workers. So they're like drinking and like hanging out there, and we're outside smoking a cigarette, and he's like, "Look, man, I'm gonna tell you something. It's gonna help with the kids, but you know, take it to hold this to yourself too, whenever you feel like you're going through something. And people and a life of experience. He grew up there in the Browns. He helps special needs kids for most of his life. So he told me, I've seen a lot of human behavior, and honestly, it comes down to two things. People do things because they either want something or they're scared. The reason they do something is because they want.
Yeah, I'm peeping it. Yeah, I'm really. I guess I'm overlaying that onto like my entire human experience, because that is the first time I've ever heard that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
That's why
incredibly true. Yeah.
Some people either are scared, so they don't accept what they're doing, or they want something like change, and then they start doing something.
Yeah, literally. That is a very binary and very realistic look. Yeah, I think there hasn't been a single thing in my life that doesn't ring true in, where it's either I did something because I wanted something or because I feared the outcome of lacking that.
Yeah, exactly. So, I don't know, he told me, I was like, damn. Yeah, like, yeah, it was a few years ago, so I was like, yeah, that sounds true. And then I fucking, we're still outside the facility, so I fucking, threw my cigarette on the ground and stomped it out. He's like, oh, we don't do that here, do it over there, because we're still near the facility. He's like, oh, shit, my bad. So, like, scraping off the floor, but I don't know, like, in the moment, it was like, I knew he was saying real shit, but I guess because maybe I was tired and had some drinks, I just didn't think about it too much. But it definitely comes up in my mind a lot. Like, just telling myself, like, what do you want to do right now and why? Are you going to do this because you want something or you're scared? And if you're scared, what are you going to do? And then, like, think that through. Be like, because I'm scared, I'm going to do this. And it's some dumb shit. So then I'm going to want something better. So I'll do the different thing. I'll do the better choice because I want the better thing. I'm not going to do the bad thing because I'm scared. I guess.
Yeah, no, that's completely applicable, yeah. That's genuinely a gem, Tom. That's fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
And I think it's also helped me, like, I know you told me you struggle a little bit with the empathy stuff, so I think that definitely helps that too. Because then you can kind of see, like, why they're doing something.
Yeah, it's a different angle on it for sure.
Yeah. Because a lot of
Loud noise. I'm sorry, listener.
That's fine. I'll lower. Because it definitely helps with the empathy thing too. Because you get to put that in a full thing of like, all right, they're kind of a dick to me, but why? What did they want? And if it didn't really seem like they wanted something out of me, then were they scared of me not doing something, or scared of me to do something? You know?
You know what's crazy? I've understood this logic of perceiving a being through reptiles and snakes, right? And in my fucking my ego, I never was like, you. Like I never turned the perspective in terms of when I'm in doing things out of fear and want and the larger thought process behind that and the empathy they receive. Because the only reason that I think I have such a good understanding of snakes, right, is of course the time that I've spent with them, but on a larger grasp, it's because they're very binary things. It's either food or not food, and thus I'm scared of it. Yeah. Those are the only two things you will ever get out of a snake, or sheer indifference, right? Mm-hmm. So the only way that you can interact with a snake is it not believing that you're food, and thus it running away from you, and then you can interact with it as a being. Yeah. So I think, or I guess I think it's interesting that I was able to grasp that as a concept, and literally was just never able to flip turn the perspective and be like, I wonder what I'm scared of. I wonder what my very binary response is. And thus, I think that form of perception is ingrained into literally every form of being ever. Yeah. Right? And I think that that's crazy because we all kind of stem from the same thing, which is a very binary thing. Which is either I like this or I don't like this. Mm-hmm. And that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I think definitely that's what makes us different. And it's nice to know that we all do kind of have those two thoughts. A lot of animals, I think most animals have those two thoughts of friend, or not friend. Yeah, it's pretty much just that. But, or food, or yuck, not food.
And that it renders back to positive or negative.
Yeah, a whole branch of just things that we can evaluate. Yeah. But with us, because we can talk about it, or because we have those complex feelings, now you're able to flip it and be like, I see the tree now. You know what? Yeah, when you talked about the empathy stuff, it sounded like you didn't see that that choice tree of being or what was it? I guess getting to that choice tree.
Yeah, it's. I get what you're saying, and this is my understanding of what you're currently saying, which is, I am unable to, the baseline emotion in which I feel things is very much removed from the larger kind of interpretation of what it is. So, for example, I'm in an uncomfortable situation, right? And because I am uncomfortable, I feel singularly uncomfortable in my being. And because my being is uncomfortable, then I can't process the larger uncomfort of this other person.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
I block myself off of that larger branch. I think that's what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then yeah. I get what you're saying because because of that, you never saw that choice for them of maybe what they're thinking and what they're feeling. So then it just blocks off the whole idea of why they're feeling.
And the larger thing behind that is the only child stuff, or the very sedentary, not sedentary, the very solitary and lifestyle. Unwanting of otherness that my perception of the world is very much you should have your shit handled and I'll have my shit handled, right? And at least from a larger, very unconnected, and just a stranger, or just someone who I am not for example, because I've shown my ass in front of you guys plenty of times, and you guys have shown your asses in front of me plenty of times, and I think that ends up forming a mutual bond of we can show our assness in like sympathy, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I'm not gonna judge you for showing your ass, and I know that you're not gonna judge me for showing my ass, so that becomes like a safety net, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that
There's
mutual
an understanding.
mutual understanding, and it's just that. So outside of that, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I expect other people to have their shit brought together, and I'm gonna have my shit brought together. You feel me? So I don't want to worry about other people. Like, worrying about other people that I haven't put the burden of worrying onto myself. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's different for someone like my mother, you, like our close friends. You feel me? Because I've already set in my mind that I care about these people, and these people are important to me, and that is a very like, because that has been the way it has always been, you know, for my like entire existence. It's very like a binary thing. But like other people, it's like trying to learn fucking Russian, twin. Like, I cannot care about you, twin. Like, it's impossible for me to care about you. So thus, I need you to have your shit together. Because if you don't, twin, I can't have it there for you.
Yeah. I remember last time we talked about it. It sounded like that there's just because we have that understanding of each other, that it's a lot easier, especially because it wasn't just like showing your ass. It was more like years of like maybe something like intimate happening, intimate in the sense of like just being important,
right.
happening over and over with all of us. You know, like one important talk with Kevin, or like a day spent with Alex and getting to understand them better. You know,
Right.
We have years of that going over and over and over. So then it makes sense that if someone new comes in, you're just like,
yeah, and I think
show me your ass. You know, like one, you just can't say that. So then the rest just gets harder, because then you don't know where you are with them. You don't really understand them. You have a life. Even, you know what? I think what makes it more, I guess, harder or special, I guess, for your case, however you want to view it, is the fact that we lived through hardships together.
that is true.
Versus just hearing about it. You know, someone we meet now, we can talk to them for like hours, and like I've had moments of meeting new people and talking to them for hours, and I can hear the whole life story, but in the end,
it's not lived.
It's not the same. Like it makes sense that maybe we hold a certain expectation or this like level of like closeness, because we just did go through a lot together.
And this is true, and I guess that's why I separate it so like intensely between, because I think the closest association other people can have for it is like a family member.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because I think most regular people, the only times that like someone like moves into your crib like emergency wise is like when like your aunt, like your uncle dies, and your aunt's like, we gotta move into it, or some fucking
like
crazy
that
shit.
family that came from like Guatemala, and they're like,
Yeah.
we need a place to live,
That's what
bro.
I said. And that's what I mean. I think that's almost the only time that like it happens. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I think having relationships where like you've spent like you're in, like a family is intertwined with yours. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, while yes, it's common, but I guess I see you more as like a sibling than anything else, right? In that sense. So like my larger thing goes back to just like, yeah, it's like learning Russian in terms of meeting a new person and like truly caring about them, because it's like twin. Because I have that perception of I don't necessarily connect with you, it ends up leading to me being like, I don't think you connect with me, right?
Yeah.
So
you get worried again. Back to that thing. You get scared that they just either they're not understanding you too. You know, you get scared that they'll hear something from you, and you're doing your best to be honest, truthful, and like very sincere, but they're gonna hear and be like, okay.
Yeah, and I think it just ultimately leads like to like like I said, learning Russian, twin. It's the hardest goddamn thing ever, and like I end up just being like, nah, twin, you need to got that shit handled, twin, because I ain't got that shit for you.
Yeah, it's just
and like that's not how regular human interaction is like meant to go, I think, or at least most people's expectation. That's not what a regular human interaction is. So it causes a whole lot of friction. You feel me?
Yeah.
When I go from like hee-hees and ha-has to be like, nah, Tway, you got that shit.
Yeah.
So,
like, okay, buddy.
Okay, buddy, you gotta handle that.
Yeah.
I'll be over here, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna be over here.
That shit is crazy. I'd full on like. I will truly admit to that, bro. I am the most like. Let me know when you got that shit handled, twin.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Or it's just like being there, like, even if you are there, just a little upset about like, alright, come on, man.
Yeah, like it's just like. Because I have that perception of like I will always have my shit handled in the. Like I will always have.
Be fine.
Presentable.
Yeah.
Like what needs to be presented to a certain person because of whatever relationship is, right?
Mm-hmm.
That when they don't have what I end up perceiving as what they should have expected on the table, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So it ends up just causing a lot of. Come on, I was chill today, twin. Why are you not being chill today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that's fair. The same thing happens to me when people. Like people can do things that annoy me. But once they ask me, like, are you mad? Or something, I see something and I'm a little sad, and they ask, are you sad? It makes me mad, because then it's like, man, why don't I got it together? Why am I not, like, why am I not good for the day, you know?
Fair, twin. I mean...
Because that definitely happens a lot where, like, I'll be completely fine. It's the moment someone is like, you good? It's like, no. Why'd you bring it up? You know, you get annoyed because it's like, we were good. Why you gotta bring up the fact that I'm not good?
Maybe some of the people that I've interacted with had that, but like, I personally, originally, I agree with this thing you take of when someone asks you, "Are you upset?" Then, I'm like, matter of fact, here's why I associate where
Yeah.
I have a visceral reaction to it. Not the same one that you have though. When someone's like, "Are you sad?" I'm like, "Motherfucker, yeah, I'm sad." Like, how do I say this? If something goes unrecognized, fine with it. Don't give a fuck. Like, if you don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, and we chilling, twin.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so it was fine.
But the fact that you pointed it out means that now you want it to be out. You feel me? Like,
it's like
I could go with it being unrecognized. When
Yeah.
I could give a fuck about it not being unrecognized. But now that we gotta do something about it being recognized, now I have to have a reaction to it. And whatever that reaction is, that's up to the fucking wind, twin.
You know, I think, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. It's the approval that, like, you know what, something was wrong, so now here's your approval that you can be upset.
It's like,
And
so there's a problem and you want to talk about it? I bet.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, all right, bet, we can handle the problem, but I'm not going to handle it adult. I'm not going to handle it like an adult.
That's the bad part when that comes up, where it's like, you know what? There is something wrong. 2 weeks ago. You know, it's like you're waiting for the moment for them to be like, hey, you, like, have I done anything? It's like asking a general question, have I done anything to upset you? And then you going through actually everything that upset you. Even though it was more like, are you good? Meaning, what just happened?
Yeah.
Was it bad or was it not?
It's like, fuck no, I'm not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
Fuck no, I fucking stubbed my toe, my coffee was burnt. You know? Someone cut me off in traffic.
Yeah,
And it's almost like that moment of, I guess, approval, just being like, yeah, go ahead, tell me about it. And then you just go overboard because you didn't say it the last 10 times or whatever. Because it went unnoticed.
Maybe.
For me, at least, it feels like.
For me, it's a little different in the terms of it's like... This problem was unspoken originally, right?
Yeah.
It was gonna go unspoken. You bringing it up makes it be spoken, which makes me have to care, which I didn't want to have to care. So now I have to fake care. Like, that's the crazy thing about my psyche.
Yeah.
It makes me
But
fake.
if you have a visceral reaction, are you fake caring?
That's the thing. The visceral reaction is a product of the fake caring. Like, it's like the only way that every time we talk about this shit, it makes me realize how like deeply knotted and fucked up my way of interacting with people
Yeah, like
is.
you have to go this way to go right.
Yeah, like the only way I can explain it in my head when it's happening is like
it's just like a balance.
Because you're forcing me to care. Now I have to spaz out on it because now I'm upset about having to care about it, and now this original issue that I didn't deem as value enough to care. Now I gotta like really dig deep and like explain my foundation for it and why I'm valid for it.
Yeah.
And also why I care about it, which I fucking don't.
You know what? I think maybe that also makes it worse. Like having this idea that you have to explain why the fact that you don't care is fine. Because, one, I think it could be kind of annoying. I think, you know, like to bring up, especially if you've done it before, you know, like the fact that, you know what, I actually don't care about where we eat, genuinely. And then you have to bring up this idea that like you have to kind of prove that again. Or maybe like you're talking to someone and it's like, yeah, I actually don't care what brand shoe I wear, but then because there's someone who loves shoes and they bring it up, and it's like, bro, those shoes are ass, and it's like, do I have to explain to you again that I don't care about what shoes I wear?
Yeah,
like
that's actually exactly what it's like. It's like
Yeah.
I already fucking told you that I don't give a fuck, so now I gotta double bag on the fact that I don't give a fuck, and also now I gotta tell you that shoes are fucking stupid.
Yeah,
like
like,
and that's my problem because in my head
you want to overdo it, so then they kind of believe the fact that you don't care about shoes. Like you have to exaggerate because not only is this about me telling you that I don't care about shoes, but I also want you to know that I fucking hate shoes. So don't ask me again or tell me that my shoes are dumb.
Let me give you a prime example that actually ties in very well with the example that you gave.
Yeah.
Right. So at this point, like what is it? A couple months back, I got hit with a dialogue message after I had gotten home, right, and let somebody know that I was like, yo, home safe, right? But I had been home for like 25 minutes. You know, I took a shit.
Like
a little lunch, did my whole with you, and I was like, yo, I'm home safe, right? Next morning, I woke up and I got hit with the 20 minutes question mark. At like 20 minutes after I had dropped off this person to their crib, right. So
it's like you should have been there in 5, like 10.
Yeah. I was like, I don't live 20 minutes away type shit. I was like, oh, right. And I go, it was 20 minutes. Period. Send that hoe out, right? A couple hours go by, and then I get hit with the. It ain't about it being 20 minutes. I just know that it ain't 20 minutes for you to get to your house. You feel me? Right? And then I saw that message, and I read it, and the only thing that was running through my mind at the time was the message literally right above it, which was it was 20 minutes, right? And I looked at that shit, and I remember very vividly, and a couple months. Yeah, it was actually a couple months. It was like 7 months because I was working at the veterinary gig.
Okay.
Right? So it's like 7, 8, fucking 9 months ago. Whatever. It's been a minute, right? But this is why it stuck so fat in my head because I saw that message, right, and I was like, oh hell no! And I went to the bathroom. And I was like, listen, twin, it ain't about it being 20 minutes. It ain't about it being any amount of time, twin. I don't give a fuck about what type of communication we having. I refuse to have any sort of communication under this type of restraint. This type of restraint is the type of shit that will make me spaz out on like an inhuman. I'm not gonna have dick rider energy, and I'm not gonna have dick riding manager energy. Like, why don't you send me that email, twin? I'm not gonna have that energy in my out of work life, twin. That's crazy work, right?
You're like honest. You're open. You told them, hey, I look. You know what? Like, you have to sit there and be like, sometimes I stop by the gas station. I don't even buy nothing. I just like going in there. The cashier's nice. She talks to me about the energy drinks they just got. And then I go home. Or it's like, I like to drive around. I remember I used to drive around a lot, and I would go up to like, I don't know, I would take an extra like 15 minutes just to drive around a little bit extra and then get home.
Yeah.
But in the end, I told them when I was home that I got home.
Yeah.
I told them when I'm home.
I'm
I'm not lying that like I'm home safe and I'm still driving. I'm not doing that. I'm telling them when I'm home.
Dude, and the only reason I remember this message was because it was one of those messages where you gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta
on it, like I had to scroll on it before sending
super
it.
swipe, yeah, make sure it's all
and
right.
I sent it, and it was genuinely it was a fucking Bible twin of me just being like, I refuse to be under these, like, straight up on like some American revolution shit.
Yeah, you can't hold me down.
I refuse to have taxation without representation. Like, it was crazy, bro. And I sent that shit out. And it led to the craziest, like, I remember it being, like, straight up chaos for, like, it being true chaos, right?
Yeah.
But my only point is, like, twin, sometimes you gotta, like, it's like, it's about the principle, twin. It's about the principle at the end of the day sometimes.
Yeah, it's about just knowing that I'm texting you when I'm home. Like, I get the same thing. Sometimes it's like, I get a text and it's like, oh, how's work? And instead of being a fucking dick and being like, don't you know I fucking got home 20 minutes ago? It's like, oh, no, I just got home. It's like, oh, no, I'm eating dinner right now. I just got home. You know, like, instead of being like, you know, and then if I said that and then I get a response back being like, why aren't you telling me? Then I'm going to be like, I'm telling you right now.
It's the little bit in me that'll just be like, you gotta spin back to me. I'm sorry, you got to. It's about the larger principle of I refuse to go out this way, twin. Yeah. So that's mine. It's just I refuse to. Sometimes it's impossible for me to have human empathy because my brain goes, nah, twin, you ain't checked off the dick marker yet.
Yeah, it's really hard, especially when you know that like you could have easily been like, I guess dumb motherfucker. I got here 20 minutes ago. Like. You could have easily been rude being like, why don't you send it, like, okay. Technically, because she knows how long they know how long it takes for you to get home, you could have been like, how come you didn't send a text to check up on me? You know, like, there's clearly worse things you could have done than letting her know 20 minutes later.
I agree,
you know?
Yeah. No,
you know, like, technically, like, it doesn't... I guess if that's very important to them, then they should have stated that. But if they haven't, or maybe after this talk you know, then I guess they have some ground to stand on. But at the same time, you haven't done anything wrong. You didn't get there an hour later. You didn't get there hours later. You know, you're not that husband who got home and was like, I had to work late and you missed dinner. You know,
sometimes I wish that I could just live out a fantasy with just a wife that does not care and just be like, yeah, bitch, I got it from the bar. Just like,
I remember.
And you'd be like, all right, honey, that's great.
Yeah.
Like, that's, some part of my brain is scratched by that, I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair. Like, just to be like, yeah, no, I mean, it makes sense. What would it be like to be a complete dick, you know? I think plenty of people who aren't complete dicks have that thought, because we just haven't. We just really haven't.
Yeah.
I remember in the book I was reading, No Exit, the first play, one of the characters, he was like a guy who was like, I was just a journalist or whatever, and then later on he explains that like, oh, I would cheat on my wife all the time. We would come home, fuck in the living room while she was upstairs, and then she'd come down and be like, how was work? I don't want to spoil it, but it kind of makes sense of what was happening for him then, and yeah. So it just reminds you of that. It's like there's definitely worse that you could be as a person, but I don't know.
Yeah. I think there's always worse, and I think
that's what makes it hard for some people to be, or I guess for us at moments where it's like I'm spazzing out, but at the same time, I could have actually done the bad thing and spazzed out.
This is true. I am, so my current kind of like I could have done the bad thing.
Yeah, I could have done the bad thing and spazzed out, and which is crazy because that does happen.
That is my larger point in saying that I always listen to everything you say in this podcast, because I was about to go on my tirade and then I was like, and my brain finally caught up to everything you said, and I was like, you're gonna do the bad thing and spazz out.
No, thankfully I haven't gotten there, but
No, but my larger thing recently, right, has been I am trying to. So there, you know who Duncan Trussell is? You know who Duncan Trussell is? No, you don't.
Duncan what?
Duncan Trussell.
Nah.
Duncan Trussell is a very spiritually gorgeous man. I love that man.
Mm-hmm.
But
What do you do?
he's just a podcaster. He does a lot of like he's done a lot of Taoist and Buddhist like reading. Done a lot of mystic reading. Just interesting dude that I really like. Done a lot of cool stuff. Done a lot of projects like on Netflix. He did the Midnight Gospel, one of my favorite animations. That shit is Chef's Kiss.
That sounds familiar.
Midnight Gospel. I probably recommended it to you a billion times. So
Oh, okay. I think you put it on. I'm pretty sure you put it on.
For a while, I was yapping about it because I loved it. I mean, I still love it. I'll rewatch it a billion times over. But
No, that's pretty fair.
Yeah. Third cup, boys.
There's a lot going on. You had to cut 3 times.
He had to go pee pee. His mom was talking to him. You feel me? What else happened? What was the first one? What was the first one?
Marcus.
Oh yeah, Marcus Barker the man. No, but like I was saying, beautiful man, truly chef's kiss. Ultimately, the big thing that I was trying to get at is my current aspirations on a kind of, I guess, religious sense or more of a spiritual sense. Is I'm really trying to embody the sense of detachment while also being able to be present for people in a very genuine way, because he did a podcast with a guy who does a lot of work with hospice people or people who are entering hospice or people who are about to die.
Yeah.
And there's like I forget his name, but he ultimately, his larger kind of project is to be able to ease people into those end years of suffering.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the time, that ends up causing detachment. You feel me? Because you're watching people die all day. You feel me? It ends up causing detachment. And while that is beautiful in the sense of it detaches you from this human form, a lot of the times that can have issues for being present for the people that you want to be present for and the people that you love, you know?
Yeah, it's hard to turn off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't necessarily not care about anything and be like there singularly, but also be there emotionally for like a grieving person or someone who needs emotional support. And I think I associated a lot with that in terms of my inability to relate to people emotionally, because I can observe an emotion and I can like truly watch that, but a lot of the times I truly can't like in my brain be like, oh, like when I look at it objectively, I'm like, oh, sadness needs like support and being, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But when you're actively confronted with someone who's grieving, it's really, really hard to in your own psyche be like, I want to subtract from this and I don't want to be present for this. You know what I mean? So my current largest want for my own mental psyche is to be able to detach but also be present emotionally. And like the easiest way to go about that is to hyper communicate everything.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like when someone's like, I don't like that you did this, you fucking
You dig into it.
Yeah, you word vomit absolutely every branch of every emotion that is surrounding that encompassing action. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I've tried that, and guess what it ends up leading to? People being like, I truly feel like you are overlooking this, or I feel like you
didn't get the point.
Yeah, because you're looking at it from 5 different angles at one time.
Yeah,
like,
but it's hard to explain to them that like that's just how it works for me.
Yeah, like I'm trying to singularly give you everything at once so you can piece the puzzle together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of not even piece the puzzle, but so you can get every angle on why I did this, and then once you give people the full explanation, they're like, "You're still wrong." and you're like, regardless of it being wrong or right,
I told you everything.
I told you absolutely everything regarding it. Now, the kind of decision point is on you. And once you put the decision point on other people, they just kind of lose. They just kind of freak. They're like, nah, twin, I don't want to make the decision. Like, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll adjust it.
Damn, twin, I'm sorry, big dog. That's cut number 5. I know you feel schizophrenic.
I'm sorry, just skip number 4.
Nah.
There's 3.
I'm sorry. Wait, no,
I don't know. I'm fucking lying.
I was gonna say I swear I hit 4, but anyways.
Yeah, I'm lying.
What was it going to?
I like lying.
My larger point in this, I'm sorry, listener, if my kind of dialogue cut off abruptly, but me and Anthony were talking about that 5 perspective, that 5 kind of layer on perspective, and after that, you pointing the finger onto a person and them absolutely dreading the fact that they now have to act on the fact that you have divulged.
Oh yeah, you put the responsibility.
Yeah, because once you go, hey, I did that, and here's why I did it, they go, and then you go, and they go, what are you gonna do to fix that? And you go, I don't need to do anything to fix that. I told you why I did that.
Yeah.
I stand behind my singular action.
Especially
the choice is now yours to make on how you want to act on my action.
Yeah, especially if it's something that's just like. I can get that, especially if it's just like a part of who you are. You know, if you tell someone it's like. There's a difference between being like, oh, this is how I view the world versus like, oh, my grandma died last week, so that's why I did this. You know, those are 2 very different things.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So, like, if you're 5 perspective or, like... I'll be honest. Sometimes that, like, giving out everything, that 5 perspective thing, might include the grandma thing, but you're also very much telling them how you actually see this and why you actually did it. So, because of that... That's why maybe it's hard for them because they don't want to ignore the grandma thing. But they're just going to have to because you also said the truth in it with those other 2 things of why you did it because you believe in a certain thing or you believe in a certain way of going about things. So then maybe it makes them feel bad for not including the grandma thing, but at the same time, that's why you give them full power, because if they want to include it, whether they don't want to include it, whether they're just looking at the real parts or not, that really is up to them, because in the end, that's why you told them everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I think when you put the ball in other people's court, it ends up... I've kind of realized that, and this is a very kind of subjective take, but at least a lot of the people that I have interacted with in my life really don't want to be like a final decision maker.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, there's a lot of people, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people I interact with who are like, yeah, I would like this to be this way, and if it's not, I'm cool with that, but this is the way I would like it to be, right? But there's a lot of people who are like, the act of choosing what this is going to be gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck, twin? Like, that is crazy. And when you put a full, like, broad view perspective on something and you give your reasoning for something, you're like, hey, twin, now it's on you to decide what you want to do with this, because 1, I'm not going to change anything about this. B, I don't feel like I should apologize for this because it's a valid action. And C, this is probably going to happen again because I don't see anything wrong with this, right?
Yeah.
They go, and then now they have to evaluate, like, whether or not this is something that they want to continue pursuing in any capacity.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like I think that's difficult for some people.
Yeah, definitely. Especially because it's not only the fact that you don't see anything wrong with it, but because, like, as a person, this isn't wrong. So that's why it's even harder for you to be the one that, like, you know what? Sit down, shut up. This is how it's going to be. Because you also, at least, you know, at the very least, or whatever, see that it affected them. So that's why you're giving them that choice. Because you know you're not gonna change this thing, because for right now, and probably for a good while, you very much believe
This is the correct.
this is why I did it.
Yeah.
You know, as a person, you know, the difference of opinion makes sense if they want to not be involved with you because of it. But in the end, if you just tell them something that you did for a very specific reason, and they're still gonna be like, nah, I don't know. And it's like, well, that doesn't give me anything different. That's kind of up to you, what you want to do. You know, it's fair if you don't know, but then think about it. Not just
Absolutely, yeah.
not just stay on I don't know. Yeah.
Being confronted with stuff is a weird perspective for a lot of people. And don't be wrong, I say people, like, I don't fucking struggle with that shit all the time, but...
Yeah. I mean, even still, like, sometimes you're like, alright, it's fine. And then you keep going, and then it happens 2 more times. And then... and then you're like, alright, it's not fine. Peace. Or, like, you either try to work around it to where maybe... I guess things can be, like, brought up before that thing happens again. Or you can just be like, well, then it ain't working.
Yeah, I was gonna say, nuance is a difficult one. Nuance is my new...
Your new objective to overcome.
My new favorite / most hated word, right, is nuance, because nuance is a word that is very commonly used in my workplace. And they'll be like, yeah, you just gotta, in this order, you're treated with a bit of nuance. What does that mean? You gotta dick ride somebody so hard. You gotta dick ride somebody so fucking hard. You gotta be like, twin, I know you wanted this, but I could supply you with this and this, baby girl. And they're like, fuck no! You're like, please!
Yeah, then you
dude, the amount of times I have begged a client to take a different product, just my boss behind me being like, yeah, bro, I know you said 2 times that they don't take this fucking brand, but bro, that's all we can get.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, please, these are the specs. I swear it's as good.
Yeah. You have to make a little chart about, like, you see
that's the worst part. I don't even have to make spec charts. I said I'd be dick trying somebody in an email.
Just being, hello, blah, blah, blah. As per our last conversation, I know that you did not want this. However, we can get this at this pricing, and we can get it to you this day. And the guy's like, what about this pricing? And I'm like, sir, what about this pricing?
Yeah.
He's like, fuck no!
You just gotta sit there and be like, that was a good decision for saying no, but this is my reason why you should say yes. And then you send that picture of you making, like, puppy eyes. Just
Genuinely, have you seen the videos of, like, Asian ping pong players?
No.
Like when they're playing ping pong, like,
don't explain what ping pong is. No, I haven't seen it. No.
Like, they're just, like, going crazy on the ping pong.
I mean, I've seen ping pong matches where they go crazy. Yeah, they have to back up and everything.
Well, just think of a ping pong match, right?
Yeah.
But just think of it 10 times faster because they're Asian. But they're so cracked. You don't understand. They're so cracked.
Yeah, it's just...
But anyways, I feel like the ping pong ball.
You're just sitting there getting thrown between you and the...
Just 2 dickheads who are like, I want this and I want that.
Yeah, your boss and the customer. And just don't have a choice.
Yeah. I'm like, sir, please.
Then your boss is like, say pretty please.
I basically my fucking my Outlook emails basically have the same dialogue as gay porn. It's just, please sir, it's crazy.
You know what? And that's why you should take all that relationship talk to the customer.
Shit.
Tell them the 5 point of view you see. Be like, hey,
you're a fucking asshole. My boss is an asshole. Y'all can both make money at the same time.
Yeah.
Can I get commission?
And then be like, you're right. And then just say no. And then he just leaves. He just never responds to you.
Yeah, bro. I'm not even lying. No bullshit. Like, Indeed has never looked so good in my lifetime.
India?
Indeed.
Oh, yeah. I was like, India?
Indeed. Yes. Indeed. The app, the website.
Honestly, just get like 3 months of experience, and I think that's usually enough for places to be like, oh, he's just trying to move up.
Yeah, bro, I've done 6 months in that shit. I've been there for 6 months.
Oh yeah, just fucking just start looking for jobs while you're there.
No, that's the plan, bro. I'm thinking. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. Since I'm 21 now, I'm looking into like the marijuana like the marijuana system. There
I
is
think you just need your like card or something. Right?
because I have a lot of because I have a lot of like data entry experience, a lot of customer experience. My whole gig is just to try and be some fucking paper pusher for some weed company.
Sounds pretty good.
That's what I'm saying, twin. Like
I mean, there's plenty here.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just gonna be in the back of like fucking what is it called?
Like Shango or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say Shango. I'm gonna be in the back of Shango. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that is my pretty much my only goal at this point, because bro, they are dick right. They fucking told us, yo, twin, what do you guys need right now? We're like, more manpower, twin, please. They're like, for sure. They brought in a dickhead one day. That same day, our manager pulled him into the back room, informed him that he couldn't be there while me and my other coworker were there because there were only supposed to be 2 people on staff. This is the same manager that asked us what we needed, and we informed him it was manpower. 3 weeks later, which is yesterday,
Yeah.
right? I'm in the office late because we don't have the manpower, right? So I'm dead ass just in data entry, right? An extra 3 hours.
Yeah.
My boss decides to be a little asshole and pull up and just have a boys conversation, right? And he's like, yeah, man, my boss pulled up on me, told me that I couldn't have an extra guy on board, you know. I told him that, you know, he could come in, you know, as like a replacement guy, or like when you guys needed help. And it appears that they just got stuck on the replacement guy aspect of my recommendation. And I was like, haha, yeah, totally understandable, bro, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, and I like to sneak in stuff like this. I was like, yeah, you know, I was like, yeah, me and old girl noticed that shit, you feel me? But we just wanted to keep our mouth shut. We were a little shocked by, you know, the decision. He was like, yeah, it was above my head, you know. And I was like, oh, you know, I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I was like, I'm just eating a bag of dicks out here. I was like, just eating a bag of dicks out here, you know, late night. And he was like, yeah, hopefully we'll get it solved soon. I was like, yeah, hopefully I'll stop eating bags of dicks soon, you know. We'll get through it together. And he's like, yeah, ha ha ha. And I was like, fucking ass.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you stopped listening about a minute ago, huh?
Yeah. That was crazy, bro.
He said what he had to say, then immediately turned his brain on. That motherfucker had his Google glasses on, put on a YouTube video. As soon as he said what he had to say.
That shit was crazy. I was like, oh, it's above your pay grade just to fuck me and my girl, actually. Just to fuck me and my girl up for the night. Dude, that shit is insane. He'll deadass watch me pull a 12-hour shift when I'm supposed to be working 7 hours. And like, why are you working so much overtime, twin? I'll be like, you're the reason I'm working so much overtime. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Like, hey, buddy, can you take care of your workload more?
No.
No, yeah.
Literally, oh my god. He was out of the office today. We all got out at 4 on the dot, right? Because no one was supposed to do any extra shit today.
Yeah.
On the dot. I know tomorrow we're going to get hell for it.
Yeah.
I want to be gone. And you know what? That extra hour was worth it.
Fuck it.
Every bit of it.
You know what? That's when you go in and be like, yeah, the extra manpower would help with the extra hour.
I was like, think about it, bro. Instead of 7 extra hours for me,
give it another guy.
3 extra hours for another guy.
Yeah.
Think about it. This is a direct quote from him. Hopefully, the paper trail from this month, which is our expenses report from this month.
Yeah.
Hopefully, our expenses report from this month can prove that you guys can get an extra assistant. And I said, twin, if they ain't proved that shit last month,
why would
they
it prove?
definitely ain't proving that shit this month. Oh.
Yeah.
Metric boatload of dicks, twin. Straight up,
And he does not care.
He does not give a fuck. Twin. You know what he did today, Twin? You know why he wasn't in the office today? Because him and the sales guy went to the Knights game yesterday, right? Him and the sales guy with like a client, right? They pulled an all-nighter. Quinn worked the next day. That's how late they were out.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "Yeah, I gotta go home and sleep, guys." I said, "Twin, I might murder you right now. Twin. I'm not gonna lie, Twin. I might murder you right now." He had an oversized white hat on today this morning, like from the.
Yeah.
And you know when you wear a hat, but you don't go like
you don't slick it back, so it just goes straight forward.
It's drooping under the hat level.
Yeah.
He was walking around, and he had a real quick pause on me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And he was like, "I'm gonna need you to get that cycle count done that you didn't get yesterday." But he was very visibly hungover and also had the hat over his head. And I just looked at him. I was like, "Yes, sir. I'll get that done." And it broke. I think that's why I might be embodying so much Buddhist and Taoist philosophy.
You just have to.
I had to. I might murder that little man, Twin. The little hat, the big
hat. Yeah.
Oh, just looking at him and being like, "I gotta go home." I was like,
yeah. Fuck it. Yeah, just start applying as soon as you can. I'm pretty sure you need some kind of card to be in like weed facility or some shit. I can't remember.
I know what talking about.
Get that shit as soon as possible and just start applying, man.
Twin, that's I mean tweaking, Twin. I gotta go home with it. The sales guy didn't even show up today. That's how drunk the sales guy was. He didn't even bother.
You gotta get discount. You're gonna get discounts, and every worker is probably gonna be just like you, or even obnoxiously calm, which is probably better.
I agree. If a coworker cared less than me, I honestly respect when a coworker is like, "Hey, Twin, I gotta go home."
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, "Huh?" I'm like, "You didn't even work 2 hours."
Nah.
I'm like, "How are you alive?" Just doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, you just look at him like,
that.
"You have bills to pay.
Like,
You have bills to pay."
Nah.
Yeah, I was late on them last month.
Me and my girl go 50-50. I'm good for the month. I'm like, what the fuck? Maybe, Twin. Maybe. But, Twin, it's not even like working in a high-paced environment. It's just working in a high-paced environment that you see actively doesn't care.
Yeah, it's a fucking high-stress environment. It's just annoying. High stress when someone else doesn't care is just annoying.
Yeah, I agree. When it's just like, you're the high-stress dick. You're the work meal. I hate nothing more than being the work meal, Twin.
Yeah.
An uncompensated work meal is disgusting.
Yeah, that's why at a certain point I started like sleeping on my breaks and stuff, but
I get that extra 15. So my current strat is I go to Panda Express every day for lunch, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just get a bowl. Peep this. I'm about to put you on Game Listener. This is a true gem. Fucking like what are we, an hour and like 30 in?
Shit, pretty far in, yeah.
Yeah, like an hour and 30. True gem. Pull the Panda Express. Get a bowl. You're gonna go 50-50 chow mein, fried rice, and then for your protein you're gonna go with No, my beauty. No, I lost her.
The chicken?
No, it's not the teriyaki chicken. It's the god damn it, the green bean chicken. No, not even the green bean chicken.
Like a mushu or some shit.
No, that's when I got you.
Oh, one time I had mushu from China Go-Go. Kind of slimy, but fuck it. It was pretty good, so.
Let me see here.
It's gonna go through the whole menu.
Honey sesame chicken breast. It has green beans in it. It has like less sweet orange chicken in it.
Okay.
Right? And then it also has like onions, I believe, or it's either onions or bell peppers. I can't remember off the top of my head. But Twin, that shit is delicious. That shit is the most. I eat one of those. That is what keeps me going from about 7 in the morning to like 6 p.m. Because all I do is sit down all day. You feel me? I don't do jack shit all day. Once I walked into that, like, dude, that's all you need. It's crazy. I drink like 4 cups of coffee a day and it's beautiful. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'm genuinely a corporate drunk and it fucking kills me every day.
Hey, let's go.
We're
making that bread. We're making that bread though.
I'm spending that bread crazy like a dickhead.
Yeah, you got a fucking dumbass snake.
I had to, you know what the worst part about it is? That's a purchase that I've needed to make. Like, that's a purchase that I've known that I've needed to make. Like, once I got a boa constrictor, right?
Yeah.
That's like getting like a Great Dane in the terms of like you
Oh, you
what
need
comes
the
next.
space,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So you can't get a Great Dane and not have a lawn.
Yeah. It's like it's one of those things where it's like I knew at some point I was gonna have to get a massive enclosure, right?
Yeah.
And like I was putting it off, and it got to the point where it was like I have another. Currently, right now, I can't put it off, but it's also coming in on Thursday. It's coming in tomorrow. I'm so excited, twin.
Yeah.
It's coming in tomorrow, but like I'm on that deadline. You feel me? So basically, I was putting it off, and then it came to the day, and I was like, "Fuck, I have to do it." And it was like it coincided in terms of a good purchase. You feel me? Like date wise, but it was just still a fucking stupid purchase that had to be made at some point.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fucking, it's 8 feet, twin. That shit is disgusting. I know my mom was gonna tweak at it, twin. It's literally 4 feet tall, 4 feet, 4 feet.
Yeah.
Chef's kiss. So it's a work of art. I paid an extra $100 for both of them to be white.
Yeah, fuck it.
That's what
the matches.
I was gonna say. Once you drop, you know what? No, because it's not even a crazy once you see like the reptile video, like
Like once you put enough money, it's like I might as well get it.
So there's a whole like reptile community. You feel me? Where it's just people going insane. So it's not even crazy. I got Apex cages. Apex cages are like a custom builder that came out on the market 3 years ago, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They are like, it's literally the bougie shit you can get outside of getting like those custom like maple wood exotic cages and shit, right? But like the reason I went with them is because of they're all PVC, so they're like all machine. They're so bougie, Tony. They're so bougie. My larger point is, I'll skip past the bullshit. My larger point is, what is an extra $100 when you drop fucking $2,000 on them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like I might as well make them what I want. So.
Yeah, it's like getting a fucking like a Ferrari and being like, I won't change the color.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nah, I had to go with the carbon seats because the leather seats were a little too expensive for me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah.
Come on, man. Just
do it.
Yeah.
What's an extra month of the payment? You know what I mean? So.
Very excited for that then.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm incredibly excited for it. It's gonna be a process though. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna be I'm not gonna start building until Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I'm not gonna sleep on Friday because of it. Because my snake cage.
Yeah.
Snake cage.
I gotta put the snake cage. Man, I just fucking stay up all night and be done Saturday.
No, it's because I need to go buy some shit on Saturday. Because I'm down on my dick and balls.
Oh, okay.
I gotta go buy some shit on Saturday. Man.
Alright.
Yeah, so. But it'll be lit. It'll be chef's kiss.
No. Well, I guess we'll leave it at that. You know, very excited for next week. We're gonna talk about
next episode is just gonna be a picture of the snake.
You can take a picture of it and I'll make it the thumbnail.
There we go. Beautiful.
Yeah, still need to finish everything else, but it's fine. They keep coming out different days. So.
I was gonna say I don't think anyone has Kevin doesn't harass you about the episode drops anymore, does he?
Nah, not because they're almost weekly, so.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Fair enough.
Alright,
listener recommendation, Tony.
Recommendation.
I've been listening to like 4 recommendations throughout the spread, like the bowl, the fucking goddamn it. What else I hit before? I'm not gonna remember, but I've had a couple of recommendations throughout the episode.
I'll recommend the new Predator movie. I think you should just watch it if it's on if it's streaming. You know?
Yeah, that's actually
Predator Badlands. I think that's like the perfect streaming movie where you're done and you're like, that wasn't bad. Like when you're because you didn't spend money on it.
I disagree with that, and here's why.
Why?
Because as a streaming movie, you almost, don't get me wrong, sometimes you really watch the streaming movie entirely, but streaming movies are very subject to you being like, oh yeah, we'll do. And then you
like getting distracted.
And the Predator movie is not a good movie to look up to uncontextually, because it'll just be that dumbass monkey dude. You'll look down,
Crazy Monkey Do Battle. Fucking. I am proving my own point wrong. I apologize.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think you're gonna look away from the Crazy Monkey Dude battle.
I was gonna say I'm proving my own point because you're gonna look down. Predator killing another predator. You're gonna look down. Look up fucking Crazy Monkey Battle.
Yeah, and
you're gonna look down. Kind of Android bitch like this. You're right. I proved my point wrong. I apologize.
I think it will be entertaining. I think that's what most streaming. Like, when you sit down to stream a movie, it's either something you already watched, so you're going to like it, or you're trying out something new, and if it's not at least entertaining, it was bad. Fair. And I think the new Predator movie is entertaining. So, Predator Badlands, just fucking give it a watch.
I can't even disagree. I'm going to stick true to my normal shit, which is music recommendations most of the time. Today I am going with... I Don't Mind by Sturgill Simpson. I don't necessarily have much to say about the song itself. Pretty nice song. I think it's a standalone piece in terms of like, it's a song that has very like, you listen to it, it doesn't necessarily correlate to anything, it doesn't necessarily have anything that is like very closely related to it, but you're just like, yeah, it's a pretty good song.
Yeah.
That's it. I've most of the time I hit like a country recommendation or like a pop. I've hit Maroon 5 a couple of times, but this one, pop. Yeah, this is very just standalone piece. It's pretty good, so just give it a listen.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, now we're giving you mid recommendations, so hopefully next week we give you real good ones. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do, but yeah. All right.
Goodbye, listener.
I fucking